let's make a bracelet with the strawberry cream bead mix from Jessie James Beads. Hey friends, May Flaum here, and this quick and easy tutorial, we are just going to be making a very simple strung beaded bracelet with different components. Some of them I've got left over, and this is the strawberry cream bead mix, which I've used on a couple projects, but I feel like I have enough for a bracelet. So I've got some beading wire. I'm going to be using a soft flex beading wire and some crimp tubes as well as a clasp. Let's get into this. So the first thing I'm doing is the one end I am securing my wire, and we want to make sure that the wires are not crossed. We get those all nice and set with our crimp tube. Then I'm just going to string on my beads. Now, every other bead, I'm making sure there's something gold. In this case, I am using the little tiny gold spacer beads that have little rhinestones in them quite often, and then towards the ends I've got larger gold beads. This is because I find that I like the look of it when there's the little bit of metallic in between my beads on a simple bracelet like this. I just feel like it pulls it all together. And otherwise, I am just stringing whichever beads I would like. It can be in an order that repeats. It can be in random order. It is whatever you like. When I get down to the other end, I am repeating with the other end of the stringing wire where I've got the crimp tube, and then I'm pulling my loop. And you can see what I'm doing here is I've got the tail of it down there so that I can get it nice and secure how I want it. And then again in there with the crimping pliers and securing it. And we could attach this now, or what I am going to do is I am going to be using an eye pin so that I can use our little ice cream charm here. And I am going to be just opening up the one end. Remember, we always twist. We never pull the ends of the wire apart. Sliding my charm on here, closing it back up. And then I can just put a few little beads on here and secure this so that I've added a little bit of a dangly charm element. This is a lot of fun to do. It adds some great detail and movement to the bracelet, but it also doesn't take up very much time, and it's a great way to use up a couple of leftover beads if you're like me and you're running low on a mix, so you're wanting to use up what's there. This is a great way to do it, and you can put whichever beads you would like in whatever way you would like to use them. You can also dangle things like, say, a little bit, maybe an inch of chain, or maybe you've got some connectors or something that you want to put in here. It's a great way to use it. So I have used the round nose pliers to make a little loop, and then I'm just going to attach it to my toggle, and I'm just kind of mentally thinking this out, that this is the end I want it on. You could put it on either end, to be honest. And once I get that end of the clasp on, I'm just going to grab my pliers, and then I am going to twist my wire around to wire wrap so that my charm will be super secure on there. And I just love adding a little bit of movement. And I think these make great gifts. I've made a lot of these for my daughters to give to friends because it's super quick and easy and fun, but it's also minimal supplies. We don't need tons and tons of things. We can also use leftovers, and you know how I love to use up my leftovers. That is such a passion of mine. So this is a great way to do that. Now, once I have that secured, we can use jump rings to attach our clasp to either end of our beaded strand. And you can see I added a few links I had a little bit of this chain left from a magical mystery bead box from Jessie James Beads from a few months ago. So I'm adding that in, and there we go. We have got our bracelet. Super fun and easy. And what I really like about this is I can do my strand of beads and I can do my stringing wire and have it all closed off, and then add the other components later. So I can see that I can check the length. I can see, oh, maybe it's super short and I want a length of like chain, or maybe I want to use a lobster clasp and make it adjustable. We've got a lot of variations, and depending on what supplies you have on hand and what you want to use, you can make it work for you, which I am always a fan of doing. If you have been creating with your Jessie James beads, leftover beads, or with your ice cream mixes or any beads at all, be sure to always tag Jessie James Beads and follow on YouTube, Instagram, anywhere you're on social media, and tag us when you post so that we can see what you are creating. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. See you next time.